Basically, y'all need to be able to see me. Right, see how Gunny is sitting?
Yeah.
Now, Gunny, you'll do your maneuver.
Oh, okay.
The tank in front dictates how the tank in the back will move. Lined up like this, and he's behind you. He'll pull up and be in front of me. And what he's doing is he's providing, his silhouette is providing cover for my tank. Anybody in front of me, especially like in a city map, can't hit my tank. So if I've already dealt out damage and I've been hurt, then we would switch positions like this. He's 100%, he's able to take another hit, and he can deal out damage, and then he will move, and then I'll move in front of him.
Okay. Okay.
And see how he disappears behind my tank?
Yeah.
You also need to realize that you don't want your tank at a 90-degree angle to the enemy either. You want to be angled a little bit, so that way, you don't want to hit you square on.
Yeah, usually if you're angled, they'll bounce.
Yeah.
Hey, Newport, could you do me a favor?
Yes.
Could you demonstrate that again, assuming that I'm the opponent? I want to get a sniper's view of what you're showing.
Okay, which tank that be?
That's the Panzer III.
You want to be in front, or you want to
Get right behind you.
Now I can't light.
So you shouldn't be able to shoot me.
I can still hit you, but that's only because I'm on top of you.
And he's a smaller tank.
And he's a smaller tank.
Right.
Reverse positions now. Okay, there you go. Pull ahead a little bit.
So
Now you're in front of
protecting
him.
the guy behind you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically that's what you're doing.
So you're sacrificing yourself to protect your teammate behind you?
Yep.
Right. What that does is that keeps your teammate. The whole premise of this is when you're in battle in a platoon of 2 or 3 tanks and y'all are engaged an enemy. When you get hurt, if you change positions like this so that your teammate can take the next blow while you're still dealing out punishment, your tank is going to stay alive.
You want to make sure that he doesn't take away their gun though.
A wounded tank is a lot better than a dead tank. Because a tank with only 1% health can still kill another tank.
And the other thing is, the other point is, and I've seen this happen in matches, is sacrifice. If your tank's almost dead, you pull in front to cover the guy behind you. You just provided him a shield for the rest of the battle.
Yeah, I see that part. Initially, though, the guy that's crossing in front of the other guy is sideways, exposing his flank.
Yeah, and that's not good.
Yeah, he should angle a little more. It's kind of hard with a smaller tank. Generally, you'll be running tanks that are pretty close to the same size.
See, I would
it's in the second video in World of Tanks Tank Academy that demonstrates this.
Okay.
And the purpose behind, and they tend to maneuver it a little better. I think some of those guys in the video make the mistakes too. But the premise is you're keeping your guys alive longer while you're engaging an enemy.
I thought it'd be kind of like parallel parking, where you're at 45 staggered a little bit, where you can dodge in and out, and you can fire staggered.
I like that
I
analogy.
can show you that. I need one more tank to get right beside me.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, everybody back up just a little bit, the same way I'm looking. Gunny, you stay still.
Now, see, if I'm the enemy right here, the 3 of you can dodge in and out, firing in my direction, and you can continue firing.
Right. Now, see, what we would do is if we were lined up like this, Gunny, back up just a little bit. Say you're on a city map, and you're looking around the corner of a building, and he engages. Gunny would shoot. Now, Gunny, back up. Then fighter would shoot. Keep back. And I.
Right. And you stagger back and forth, and you rotate firing. Right.
Right, and that way you're getting 3 shots off, and in the worst case scenario, the guy in front might get hit. Well,
Right, but
if he gets low, he can always move to the third position.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense because you're firing 3 times, almost continuous fire on an enemy.
Right, and what that is that's called, I think they call it volley fire, and we're going to practice that as well. We practiced some of this, and I think I actually did this in a training room with 2 other guys, and we absolutely dominated that map.
Oh yeah, if you can
Trick
get
is
2
to
or
get
3
your
guys to
timings
cooperate
down.
as a team, that's awesome, yeah.
But generally what happens is the first guy is dictating the way, the direction that all the tanks will set up and look. So they should be looking straight down his barrel through the back of his tank, imaginary. And then when he fires, he's going to move. As soon as he moves, their reticle should already be snapped down. They only have to move a little bit to adjust their aim. Boom, they fire, they back up. The third guy, boom, he fires, he backs up. Everybody's in cover, but it dealt out 3 blows.
You just have to be in real good unison, otherwise the guy in the back might fire the guy in the front too.
Right, yeah, you got to trust that you're not going to get shot by your teammate.
Because that would be real easy to do. The guy pulls out in front of you right as you're ready to fire.
Well, that's also where running 3 tanks that are similar, that have the similar reload rate, again, that's another advantage of having the same tanks.
Or you just wait for the guy in front to shoot first, and then it always goes 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
right,
that
I mean,
too.
as soon as the guy moves out of your line of sight, you should be able to see the enemy and shoot. Then the next guy moves out of the third guy's line of sight, he's able to shoot. You don't move back up. You know, the guy in front, the first guy that fires, he dictates when they all pull back out around the building. You know, when they pull back out into line of sight of the enemy. And chances are the first guy will get hit. But he can deal a blow and back up. If he gets trapped, then the second guy should pull out and protect him until he can get to cover. And then the second guy will pull back while the third guy fires.
Right, when you're doing that, you need room to maneuver too. You can't be too close to a building, probably.
Okay, can I
It's
take
easier
over?
to demonstrate it on a city map.
Can I take over right before we start
Yeah,
another
go ahead.
training?